If you want to make 6 figures in the next 6 months, I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can turn your life upside down and build the mindset that's required in order for you to be the woman who is worthy of making 6 figures online. A lot of the time, women come to me, they want to build the business, they want to build the brand, they want the money, they want the dream life, they want the travel, they want the freedom, but they don't have the mindset and the skills required to be a woman who is worthy to accept that into her life. A lot of the time people come and they have ideas. They're like, oh, I want to do health and fitness. Oh, I want to do mindset. I want to do this. I want to do that. But they don't actually understand their deep burning desire and their deep why. And inside of CEO Foundations, I teach women exactly the importance of understanding your why, because your why and your story is the only thing that's going to sell. It is the only thing that's going to be different, and it's the only way to show women in the online space how to buy the outcome. There is a lot of psychology that goes into building a business. That's why I don't believe in quick fixes and quick wins. It doesn't exist. If you want to build a brand that's going to generate you multi 6 figures online, you need to truly understand your deepest desires, and your true emotion is as to why you want to build this brand and this online business, and why you want to impact the lives of so many other women in order to do the exact same thing, right? I had one of my clients, she had been working with me for 48 hours, and she came to me. She's like, Tegs, I want to run a health and fitness offer in the online space. I'm like, epic, amazing, let's do it, let's dive in. And as I go through my clients' work and I give them feedback on what it is that they give me, I'm like, this is so surface level, this is so inauthentic, this is not actually you, this is not actually the business that you want to build. I said to her, go back, tell me, why is it that you're here? All she kept saying to me is like, I want to make money. I want to buy this house on the farm. I want to live this certain lifestyle. And I'm like, that's amazing. But all money aside, all goals aside, why are you here? What impact are you going to have on other women in the online space? What is the true transformation? What is your actual story? Why do you want to be in this space right now? And within 48 hours, we flipped her whole idea on its head. And now she is working with women who have been in, unfortunately, but abusive relationships and lost their self-worth and their self-identity. And when I say go deep on your why, truly go deep on your why. The reason why I am here is because I was a registered nurse and I struggled to feel fulfilled in helping women. And I struggled to feel fulfilled in my role. And I went through so much trauma and disbelief that life was such a dark place, that when I stood out of it and I could see that life is beautiful and there is so much more to life. There is so much more to life than money. There is so much more to life than working a job that you don't like. And I want to show women exactly how they too can live a life that is true of full freedom and potential based on their own story and their own transformation. And when you stop following like people in the online space who are just showing you how to be an influencer and how to go viral, right? That is not a true story. That is not a true transformation. There is no process behind that. That is just like, give it a go, see if it works, see if you go viral. That's inauthentic. It's not real life, guys. Like, think about this. When you want to do something, you're investing in someone's outcome, not their process, right? We see this all the time. There's so many influencers. Yes, if you just do this and if you just post this piece of content, you're going to make millions and you're going to be able to travel to Europe whenever you want. It's bullshit. Like it's not like real. There's like a 1 in a million chance of that happening. And if it happens to you, amazing. You are a very, very lucky woman, right? But in order for you to get and build the life, the business, the brand, the freedom, the money that you want, you need to understand your why, your deep reason why. And another thing that I'm going to challenge you to do is I'm going to challenge you to look at the people that you're taking advice from. Okay, a massive thing when I first started building my business, number one, I was very, very quiet to who I shared this information with, because I feared a lot of judgment, and I knew that a lot of judgment was going to come from my parents. And my parents probably like yours, they live in a different era. They grew up in a different time where making money was very traditional. You would go to work, you would get a job, you would get a degree, and you would progress through life that way. And you would work until you were 65, and then you would retire, and then you would start living your life. And yes, I understand it is challenging getting people to see your vision, especially as an entrepreneur. We think so differently, we think so broadly, we are massive visionaries, right? So getting other people to see our perspective in life through our lens can be quite challenging. So I challenge you to look at the people that you're taking advice from, and I want you to ask yourself this internally. Do you want to trade places with them? Do you want the life that they have? And it's not all about materialistic things. That's not what I'm saying. But for me, right, I have a lot of trauma in my family. We all went through a lot of different things. My parents are divorced. Yes. Some of my parents are remarried. Yes. And it's beautiful. And I love my family. I wouldn't trade my family for the goddamn world. But when I see their life and I look at their life, I ask myself, are they living the life that I want to live? Is that where I see myself when I'm in my 40s, 50s, 60s? No, it's not. And again, this is not me shaming my beautiful family. This is me being honest and getting you guys to understand what it's like when you step into becoming the woman. You also have to ask yourself, am I following women that I want to be like? Am I surrounding myself with high value men who are going to help me along the journey and going to support my decisions in life? If you are a woman with a man and this man does not support your vision, does not support your outlook, does not support your goals, no matter what the hell they look like, if you want to be a woman who is a stay-at-home mom and you want your man to provide for you, if he does not support that vision, why are you with him? Why are you taking advice from him? Okay. Again, I have been there. I have done that. I have been with like men who are so low frequency, who make me see like, why the hell was I there for so long? But that is life. We have to learn things the hard way. And as human beings, that is exactly what we do. I still learn lessons the hard way right now, right? But the thing that I challenge you guys is like, when I started looking at the people that I was taking my advice from, and I was like, it's good advice, do not get me wrong. And I see where your advice is coming from, but do I want to take your place? No, I don't. And if I don't want to take your place, I'm not going to take advice from you. And it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. But then as you can understand that, then you can actually start saying to these people, thanks so much, but this is how I'm going to live my life. Because you need to get confident in standing up for the life that you want to live and the vision that you have. Don't let anyone take your sparkle away. Don't let anyone devalue your mission in life, the purpose that you have, the impact that you want to make. And guys, if you don't have this type of mindset yet, if you don't understand how to do this and how to be confident in this, you're not ready to build a personal brand. You're not ready to accept 5 and 6 figure months into your life. You need to develop the mindset. You need to understand how to visualize and manifest the life that you want and step into that woman who can hold that identity, who can hold that purpose. Because being an entrepreneur is hard. You're going to face challenges that you never thought that you would have to face. You're going to have to face adversity that you never thought you were going to experience, right? This is not just from people in your close circle. This is not just from family and friends. This is even from your clients, okay? You have to step into having this mindset that can take on so much negativity from the people around you that you know how to put these blinders on and go full force ahead. You have to know how not to let the way that people are going to disrespect you and devalue you take over and stop you from going on your mission, right? If you're not ready for that, and if you're watching this and you're like, hell yeah, like I don't know how to do that yet, that's okay. It's okay. I can help you become the woman who is ready for that next step, right? I teach this exactly in my mindset manifestation course. This is exactly what I go through. It's a 6-week intensive, because I believe if you are a woman who has the mindset and has the capability to, on the hardest days in her life, in her business, still visualize and still see the end result in mind, you're ready. You're gonna get to your end destination. You're gonna get to 6 figures. You're gonna get to 7 figures, right? That is what is going to get me to 7 figures in the next 6 months, because I have the tunnel vision. I have the blinders to be like, no, this doesn't serve me. I'm not listening. No, this person is disrespecting me. Cut. You're cut. You don't serve value in my life. You're out. You're gone. You have to be a savage in order to get to where you want. Of course, you need to be your most authentic self, but you still need to be a savage, because anyone who devalues you and what you're doing, anyone who disrespects you and your mission and your vision and your values as a woman, they're not worthy of your time. They're not worthy of your energy, because what you put your energy into is what you're going to receive. And I'm so massive on this, guys. I'm massive on this with my personal life, my business life, my relationships, right? I only associate myself with people who are going to push me further and closer towards the woman who's going to be making the multi-7 figures online. Okay, I don't allow anyone into my close, intimate circle who isn't going to be of value to me and my life. And yeah, like, I know what you're thinking, but not everyone's going to do that. Then why are you associating yourself with them? If they're not someone that you can message and be like, hey, this is my struggle, help me come out of it, and not put you down and devalue and disrespect, be like, oh, I told you this wasn't going to work. I told you this wasn't right. I told you this was going to be hard. They're not someone that you want in your corner, because life is hard. Life is not easy. But being an entrepreneur is not easy. And stepping into the woman who is worthy and ready to accept all that she wants is also not easy. And it took me a really long time to get to this point in my life. It took me a long time to not let the things that people say about me and think about me get to me. I know that I am impacting the lives of so many women every single day, and that is my mission. And I show up every day because if I show up every day and show women what is capable for them and what they can achieve, I know that I am fulfilling my purpose in life. It does not matter what it looks like to me. As long as I turn up every day as my most authentic self and stay true to my why, that is how I know that I'm doing my mission in life. And I encourage you to sit down with yourself. I encourage you to ask yourself the really hard questions. And I encourage you to write down, why am I here? Why do I want to do this? What type of impact do I want to leave on the world? What type of woman do I want to be seen as? What type of woman do I want my future kids to see me as? I ask myself these questions all the time. And when I'm making decisions about the content that I'm posting, about the advice that I'm giving my clients in my Mindset Manifestation and CEO Foundations, I ask myself, is this woman acting in high value? And is she giving advice to people that she would want to receive? Because I look at mentoring as a mirror. I hold up a mirror, I let my clients see who is staring back at them, and then I encourage them to make change based on who they see. It's not necessarily more information that people need. It's actually just implementation and them looking back at what's staring them in the face, right? If you're a woman who is like trying to go all in online and you currently, you're putting in the hours, you're putting in the energy, you're putting in the time and you're not getting a result, look in the mirror. Ask yourself, what are you doing all day, every day? Are you doing things that are actually pushing you forward? Are you working on yourself in a space that is now creating and generating the woman who is already got what it is that she desires, right? I write this down every day. I remind myself every day of my deep why. I remind myself of my 6-month goals, my 12-month goals, okay? I am constantly working towards that North Star vision. And no, it's not financial. Abundance will come when value is given. Abundance flows when it sees the worthiness in what it's giving people. And the more that you operate from abundance instead of lack, and the more that you look at yourself and what you're doing and the value that you're giving other people, that's when abundance flows. Because everyone wants to be rich and everyone wants to be wealthy and everyone wants to fly first class and everyone wants all this, vanity stuff. Everyone wants it. Everyone wants 10K followers. Like, what is 10,000 followers on Instagram going to get you if none of those people are in alignment with your vision? Why do you want it? It's a vanity metric that's going to boost your ego. But find other ways to boost your ego. I do that. I write down every single day why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm mentoring the women that I'm mentoring. How can I be of higher value to them in order for them to get what it is that they truly desire in their life? that's when abundance will flow. That's when you're going to become the 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure entrepreneur. That's how I know I'm going to be at 7 figures by the end of this year. And that's how I know that you can do the exact same thing.